All right, so starting this morning, just in a comfortable seated position on your mat. For today's class, I want to bring in, oh, I forgot to mute you all. Whoops. Gotta love technology. So I want to bring in the idea of consciousness. And so it's Easter morning today, if you're doing this class with me, or if not. And so it's kind of a weird Easter, right? Typically, right now we might be headed to church. We might have had a big, to do with the kids and families, or we might be going to grandparents this afternoon, or hanging out with friends or different people that we have these traditions with. And right now, all of that is kind of not, right? And as we go further into this quarantine, there's going to be more and more things like that we're all experiencing. While some of the experiences are very much shared humanity experiences, there's going to be more and more kind of acute losses that we personally feel. And so Eckhart Tolle says that hard experiences in our life, or experiences just in general, come into your life to get you to a higher state of consciousness. And so how do you know that's the experience that you need to be having? It's simple. It's the experience you're having, right? There's a certain inevitability about you rising to your next level of higher consciousness, is how you react to what's going on in your life at the moment. And so it's very easy to lose that light, that sense of consciousness. And typically it's our mind that takes over, and we lose that connection with it, right? We start to feel, woe is me, or why is this happening, or this isn't what I was manifesting. And not necessarily that anyone would manifest something bad to happen, but these experiences come to awaken us. And we kind of think of what the world is going through as like a collective awakening. And so how we kind of take this experience and start to deal with it and process it and not resist it, because resistance is where your unhappiness comes in, resisting the isness of this moment. And so if you're feeling sad this morning, or maybe you're not, like for us, we'd be going to visit my parents. We won't be doing that. And there was kind of a sadness about it. My kids won't get to see their grandparents, but accepting it for what it is and just being okay today. And so sitting up nice and tall, removing any flesh from the sits bones. Close your eyes. And I just want you to start to feel this kind of light of awareness developing in the core. Maybe starting from the base of the tailbone in your root and coming all the way up. And so Yoga Sutra 136, it says, in the beginning, one has to imagine this light, which later becomes a reality. So within each one of us, there's this glowing sphere of light, free of anxiety, worry, fear. And so we all have this light, and some of us just haven't necessarily found it. And sometimes we lose this, right? And we can get very caught up in our head and in our thoughts. But we are not our thoughts. We are that divine light behind our thoughts. And so as you breathe in, I just want you to cultivate this awareness. And what is awareness? It's just being in this moment, honestly. So keeping your awareness on this light throughout this class. Taking one more full deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, feel your shoulders begin to relax. Feel yourself just arrive on your mat. Letting go of any of those thoughts. Just becoming aware of them, like clouds passing in the sky. Let them just drift on out. And blinking your eyes open. If you'd like music with today's class, we are in my Spotify under We Must Go On Power Flow. If you have any of your own music, feel free to put on whatever you'd like this morning. You're going to come onto all fours, and then we'll hit that first song together, Show Me. And just begin to move into some cat cows. Tops of feet pressed down, spread your toes, spread your fingers. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart and eyes. And as you exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Moving at your own pace and with your breath. In our practice today, we're going to explore some back bends. For me personally, they always tend to help cultivate some awareness. Back bends are not the easiest for me, so I have to be very mindful. But I also can be very, tight between the shoulder blades, protective over the heart. And if you're feeling any of that sadness today, we're going to kind of work to let that space go. Where can we find joy in our practice? Where can we find more awareness? And just be here now, tucking your toes, move into your first down dog. Again, cultivating that joy, that awareness, what feels good. Maybe wag your tail. Maybe you'd like to take a few spinal rolls. Child trying to break in. Speaking of. Maybe lifting a leg, spinning a hip, whatever you need this morning. Or perhaps you just would like some stillness, plugging the balls of the feet in, plugging the palms of the hand in. Whenever you've evened out both sides, we'll all find stillness either in our down dog or our child's pose. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So if your mind feels very busy this morning, it might feel nicer just to kind of let a simple sama pranayama guide you through this first part of class, just an equal breath. Inhale, exhale. If you feel a little more focused and you're wanting to cultivate a little more of that heat, a little more of that light, and you can move into your ujjayi breath of fire, I would start to move that direction. So choosing the breath that is bringing you the most awareness. If your mind is very scattered and you're just kind of feeling emotional, I would stick with just a simple in for 4, out for 4. Stay mindful of your breath and begin to tiptoe the feet to the backs of your hands. Hanging over into ragdoll, you can take the feet a little wider. Then your hips, soften the knees, holding the wrist, forearms, or elbows, and just gently rock side to side. Becoming aware of your feet. Becoming aware of your thighs and your hips. Just noticing, are you holding any tension through the back line? On an inhale, let's switch the cross of the arms and continue back and forth. And releasing the hands. Heel toe the feet back in, so they're about 4 to 6 inches apart, or maybe your big toes are together. Breathing in, take a spinal roll as you slowly roll all the way up. Becoming aware of each vertebrae as you stack one on top of the next. Finally, the shoulders, neck, and head arrive. Palms gently rolling open to the side walls. And then close your eyes. Come back into that awareness. Can you come back into that bright, beautiful sphere of light within you? Feel a lightness about your body as you stand strong and rooted through the feet. Blinking the eyes open, take an inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Inhaling, hands to shins. And exhale, plant your palm. Step back with your left foot. Drop that left knee. Come onto the laces of that left foot. And as you inhale, holy city, arms up. If you'd like blocks today, or maybe hands stay to thighs, please again, Cultivate that awareness, cultivate the joy, what feels good to you. As you exhale, hands come down. We step back into plank. Knees or toes this morning. Lower halfway. Tops of feet down. Inhaling up dog, or maybe you prefer baby cobra. Tuck the toes, lift your hips down dog. Breathing in, left heel rises. Step that left foot by left thumb. Drop the right knee, come onto the laces of that right foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, tuck the right toes, step forward, fold. Hands to shins, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Breathing in as you roll all the way up, stretch and open. And then taking these field goal shaped arms, press your heels down, your hips forward, lift the heart, open through the collarbones. Inhale, pulls us out. As you exhale, dive. Belly lifted, eyes to your knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, right foot back. Drop the knee. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, step into plank, knees or toes. Lower chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Breathing in as your right heel rises. Step that right foot by right thumb. Drop the left knee. Breathe in. Create space. Exhale, hands down, step forward, fold. Breathing in, lengthen your spine, draw your low belly in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rolls you all the way up. Press the feet down, big upper back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Hands to shins, inhale. Exhale, hands down as you step back left foot. You can drop the knee or stay lifted and we'll come full Anjaneyasana. Adding that little upper back bend though, or we're here. Hands down. Step into your plank, knees or toes. Chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to sky. Step it forward. Help it if you need. Knee down if you did on the other side, or inhale coming up. Exhale, hands to your mat, step forward, fold. Hands to shins. Exhale. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale, pull back, lift your heart. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last round like that. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down as you step back right foot. Drop the right knee or stay lifted. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Down. Oops. Plank. Knees or toes lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Right heel rises. Step it forward. Knee or stay lifted. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down. Step forward, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale, one more big pull back. Inhale, pulls us out. Exhale, hands into prayer. Heel to the feet in now, so big toes are touching. And take a breath here. Once again, come back to that right sphere of light. So we should start to be feeling a little bit of that heat now. Welcome that heat in. Come back into your breath. If now we can transfer into that Ujjayi breathing, a slight constriction at the back of the throat, kind of sounds like an ocean wave or Darth Vader breath. Start to deepen your breath now. Deepen that experience of the breath. Blinking your eyes open as you inhale, have a seat into chair. Exhale, take the hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. As you exhale, if it's in your practice, you could hop to Chaturanga or we'll step back through plank. Lower Chaturanga. Up dog, everyone hold here. So root into the tops of the feet. Try to drag your hips forward so you're almost coming top of the ankles even. And then roll the shoulders down and back. Shine the collarbones forward. We're gonna melt down through King Cobra. So as I bend my elbows back, the thighs land. It's like I'm dragging my heart to the top of my mat. Slow, so I melt through King Cobra. I'm gonna melt into Baby Cobra, and if I want to, I can float the hands. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, down dog. 3 deep breaths right here, in through your nose. On this next exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, take a little hop or step, feet land side by side, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, chair. Sink into this space. And press the floor away, stand tall, mountain. Inhale, chair. Bring your hands into prayer and stare off the end of your thumbs. Even here, really start to roll the biceps externally. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands through prayer into a twist. So let's take left elbow outside of right knee. Sitting in. Shift the weight into your heels and then roll that right shoulder back. So I want to feel a little length from the crease of this hip through the ribs, through the side of my neck and the head as I draw my head back over my left foot. If you'd like a little more, you can always blossom the arms to 6 and 12. You've got 3 more deep breaths. Where can you find joy in this pose? Where can you cultivate awareness? Or has your mind come in as that mental chatter, right? Like, how long is she going to keep me here? Why does this burn so much? Am I doing it right? Is this what it looks like? Forget it all. How do you feel? Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, hop or step or float back, Chaturanga. Up dog and hold. Begin to melt through that King Cobra. Elbows hug your ribs. Shine your heart to the top of your mat. Finding Baby Cobra, or maybe floating Baby Cobra, press the feet down. Exhale, release. Down dog. Breathe and reset in through your nose. Out through your nose. Next exhale, bends the knees. Look to the top of your mat, hop, step, float right into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sink into the space. Bring the hands through prayer, stare off the thumbs. And revolve, right elbow outside of left knee. Now looking down, make sure you can see your toes. Sit the hips down. Imagine you're trying to sit into like a little preschooler's chair here. Become mindful as your right knee trying to pop forward of the left. Try not to allow that to happen. If you'd like to blossom those arms, go ahead and blossom open. When the posture gets difficult, you've got to focus on that breath deeper. Draw that divine inner light away from your thighs. So draw it up and in for 3. Move the breath 2. And fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, hop, step, or float back. Up dog, pause. Begin to melt with control. Maybe you float the hands. And release, tuck the toes, lift your hips, down dog. Using this space to reset. Staying conscious in this moment, really working to stay present on our mat. It can be so hard at home, I know. And when you have other things going on in the day, it's so hard. So just try to stay as many times as it takes. Re-engage. Take your left heel to sky. As we exhale, we're going to step at center of our thumbs. Send that right heel down. Press the floor, way inhale, coming up. Warrior 2. Watching your knees over heel. We've got that heel to arch alignment. And then sink the hips in. Drop your tailbone right between those heels. Taking your left forearm to thigh, slice that right arm up and over. Begin to open through that right side body. Roll the shoulder back. Press evenly into the feet. With your left hand to floor block. I'm going to sweep that right arm down and back, opening up into Trikonasana, triangle pose, without locking the knee, so about 98% straight. Continue to feel the same through the side body as you open up, create length. And looking to the top of your mat, bend that left knee. Step right into your half moon, but we're not here long. We're using it to transition right into eagle. So I'm going to wrap the right leg around. I'm going to take the right arm under left, combining the hands, or maybe just backs of hands touch. Squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze the forearms as you lift. Beginning to stand tall out of that left foot. We'll step back with that right foot. Shorty step and come forward with those eagle arms. Take your time. We might stop halfway right here with a nice long spine, or you might feel like you can come a little deeper today. Pressing into both feet. Try to keep sending that right hip forward in space. Strong squeeze of the inner thighs and strong lift of the low belly here. Letting the arms unravel. Right hand comes to floor or block, inside or outside of your left foot. So if you have long legs, guys, you might need a block. Blocks are just arm extenders. They're just your friends. Says nothing about your yogic abilities. So start to feel this twist now. From the navel, from that bright sphere of light, as you revolve all the way up to the crown of your head. Maybe you take the left hand to sky. Maybe you keep the left hand to your hips so you can see where they are in space. Typically here, our left hip's going to want to kick out to the side wall. Make sure we're drawing it back in alignment. Squeeze those inner thighs. Feel the hips level off. And then from here, bend the left knee. Keep this revolved shape. Just lift that right foot. Right hand might come to floor block to support you here. Now, using your block or your right hand to the floor, let's bend the right knee, and I'm going to catch that foot or ankle if I can in my left hand. So just for a little fun, it's okay if you wobble, bend the left knee and stand up. Like you're taking dancer's pose. Press the foot into the hand and release that right foot. It steps behind the left as you take a nice big side bend over that left side. From here, we're coming into another funky eagle. So I'm going to keep my legs just how they are. I'm going to bend that standing knee and start to lift my right heel right into my butt. Left arm will come under, and I'm going to see how low I can sit myself down. Keeping it somewhat playful with yourself. It's okay if you wobble. It's okay if you fall out of it. Just come back in for 3, 2, and hands down. Step that right foot back, drop the right knee. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, framing that left foot. Slide back, releasing that left leg. That was a long sequence on that leg. Spread the toes, flex the foot, wiggle them around. And we're going to put these 2 little moves together with our breath. So inhale, come forward, plant that foot, arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, slide back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, you can go look mono hands if you'd like. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, back. And come forward, plant the hands, step right into your plank. Chaturanga. Up dog, hold. And begin to melt. Drag your heart forward further. Feel length from the heels right through the crown of your head. Maybe you lift the hands. And release. Press back down dog. Breathe and reset. As you inhale, take your right heel to sky. As you exhale, step center of the thumbs. Drop that left heel once you feel your feet root. Inhale pulls you up. Strong. Open. I love this posture. There's a lot of yin and yang going on all at the same time. Great body language as well, right? We're open, we're vulnerable, but we're strong at the same time. As you exhale, left forearm, right forearm to the side. Take that left arm up and over. Now feel the length. Before we even move into triangle, begin to cultivate that open side body, feeling length from that heel right to the crown of your head. We'll sweep that left arm forward and slide the hip back, straightening as you open. So thinking about how long can I grow? How strong can I be through my core, through my legs? And then looking where we want to go. We're going to bend that standing knee. We're just using that half moon to transfer. And then slide that left leg around. You can touch the big toe down or vine the legs. So left arm will come under right this time. Finding the compression here. Sit into this posture. Take an inhale, lift the elbows, shoulder height. Beautiful openness through that back line, to the shoulders. So feel any tension you have back there. Feel this start to open it up. Release. Standing tall on that right leg. Shorty step that left foot back. Setting up for kind of an Egyptian or Eastern stretch stance. There's our shortest stance. Come forward. Send that right hip back in space. Again, we can stop right here. If we need to unbind and use blocks, we could also do that. Otherwise, see if you can continue to come forward long over that right leg. Checking in, make sure you haven't regained that tension between those shoulder blades. Let it go. And then releasing the arms. Left hand finds its way inside or outside of that front foot. Blocker floor. Hand to those low back if you need it to see where that right hip is in space. And then we open up. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Activate your feet towards one another. Try to scrunch the mat up between them. It's a hard pose, guys. Be kind to yourself. We're going to soften that right knee as we step forward. Take your left hand about a body length in front of that. Lift up. Spread those toes. Soften your standing knee if you need. And if we can, we catch that left foot in our right hand. Now here's the fun. Stand up. Open up. 3. Send your heart forward. 2. And release that left leg behind the right. Left arm goes up and over. Beautiful side stretch. Look down at the floor on the right. And funky eagle. So we'll soften that right knee. Right arm comes under. Pull the heel in. See how low you can go. Play with it. And hands unravel. Step back with that left foot. Drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, half splits. Come forward, use your breath. Find more, feel the ribs lift right off the side of your hips. Maybe without your hands, we exhale, come back. Inhale, pulls us up. Exhale, one more, take it back. And inhale, pulls you up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into plank. Knees or toes, lower halfway. Up dog. Begin to melt. King Cobra. Drag your heart forward more. Press all 10 toes down. Inhale, flip the hands. And release down all the way. Reaching your arms out. Actually, take them field goal shape for this one today. We're going to bend that left leg and roll to the right, but with the arm, again, field goal shape. And coming back center. Realign. Bring that left arm out into the field goal. Take your right leg bend. Gently roll. It should feel good. Shouldn't feel painful at all. And coming back. All right, setting up for half bow, or if you know you like full bow, you go straight full bow. We're ready. So we'll start with our right foot. We can reach back and grab the right foot, the ankle, wherever you can comfortably grab is fine. You can take your left arm forward, and so we can root through the left foot and the left hand, half bow, or we could go half bow, half Superman, or if you're ready for it, grab both feet. Realign the knees in line with the hips. Take an inhale, press the pubic bone down, send the toes to the back wall, shine your heart forward. Can you allow some joy? Can you allow some just okayness with this pose, right? Where can this feel good? So for me right now, across those collarbones, across my shoulders is where I need it. Open that heart space for 3, 2, and release. Make a pillow with your hands, rest. Reaching back. If you did half bow, we're going left. If you want one more full bow, take both feet. This time though, if you want a challenge in your full bow, bring the knees together, bring the feet together. Reaching back. Set yourself up good first. Identify your pubic bone. Press it down. Roll your shoulders back and out of your ears. Maybe tuck your chin so you feel the length. On an inhale, spread the toes. Power it up. Take an inhale, lift higher. And release. Whew. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest. Bringing your hands by your lowest ribs. Press back into child's pose. And just feel your low back kind of mellow out. Coming back to all fours. Take a cat-cow. And crossing the ankles over. Draw them through and have a seat. If you have blocks and you'd like to use your blocks for your back bends today, or even we will come through our traditional ending with a shoulder stand. Ooh, brain fart. So you might want to block nearby if you got one. If you don't worry about it. If you have a pillow, same idea. Walking your heels in towards the sits bones. If you have a block and you're not sure the distance they need to be, take your block lengthwise between your feet. If you struggle engaging the inner thighs more than the glutes, we can also take the block skinny side between the thighs. I love that. It helps me from over clenching in the glutes and crushing my sacrum. So great tool if you're not sure of what I'm talking about, right? Use a block. Reaching the fingertips down towards your heels. They should just be out of reach of one another. Lift the hips, tuck your tailbone. Feel a lot of length again through the back body. I'm not arching anywhere in my spine right now. I'm connected with the mat. On an inhale, lift up through bridge. Shimmy the shoulders beneath you. If you'd like, you can bind the hands. Up to you. What is your personal practice? And again, can you start to feel that across the shoulder, across the heart space? Stay really active in your back body and make this more about opening the chest and the heart right now. So we're going to be exploring these back bends in kind of a progression. If this is where you need to be today, we can stay in bridge the whole time. So take 2 more deep breaths. I want really strong, really grounded back bends though. And begin to slowly lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Make it slow as you peel the spine back down. Don't let the knees fall open just yet. We want to keep the strong alignment. And so we're going through 2 more back bends. If you would like to go into wheel next, you can go into wheel. I'm going to warn you that our 3rd one, we're going to go to forearm wheel. So if you want to save your wheel for 3 instead of trying to go to forearm wheel, awesome. If you don't practice forearm wheel, maybe the video is not the best time to try it your first time. I can't really see y'all, you're so far away. Or you're watching this later and I can't be there to see. So please be mindful. Don't ever do something at home you're not sure about. It's not worth it. So if you know bridge is where you're headed, we're all coming through bridge together. Ready? Inhale. Make sure your back is long. Pull the low belly in. Everything is kind of vining around this midline. You can vine and hold. Otherwise, you're coming with me to wheel and we're holding for 5 breaths. Fingertips by the ears. Come to the top of your head if you'd like. Reverse shoulder shrug. Walk the hands back. Lift up. Breathe. Where can you allow? Make this about that joy, that opening, release. Inhale 3. One more deep breath in. And just as slow as we did before, melt it back down. Can you touch each vertebrae as you articulate through the spine? Don't let those knees fall out yet. I know it'll feel so good when we finally do. All right, take a couple deep breaths. How did that back bend feel? There's some days I'll tell you, my back bends are like, nope, that's it, leave me alone. If you felt good in that wheel and you've done forearm wheel before and you want to come with me there, that's where we're headed. Otherwise, we'll hold bridge or we'll hold wheel. Make this about cultivating that light within you. Take your mind to that space. When you're ready, let's inhale back up through bridge. Last one, everyone. You can vine and bind here, or we're going up through wheel to get to forearm wheel. So come on up. Make sure your wheel feels strong and stable first. And then I'm coming down. I'm going to lower to one forearm. I'll lower to the other. You can bind your hands here. Open the heart. Full deep breaths. Breathe into that space. Inhale 3. Last deep breath in. Exhale, slowly come down. Now you can let those knees butterfly open. Maybe take the arms, field goal shape beside you, or maybe bring one hand over your heart, one hand over your solar plexus. Back bends tend to take a lot out of us, right? They're big, full postures. We got a heavy heart. It's gonna stir up some of that stuff, and I feel like collectively right now, we've all got that. You know, some days are better than others, but it's a lot. It's a lot of change. It's a lot of stuff coming at us at once. So give yourself that grace. Allow yourself to step away from all the thoughts, all the chatter, and just come into that light. Allowing the knees to come back together. Hug them into your chest. Gently massage your low back. Maybe rocking side to side, or maybe drawing some big circles on the ceiling. Make sure you go clockwise and counterclockwise though. Just take your time. Begin to feel your breath slow down if your heart rate got up during those back bends. And then most of all, feeling pride in whatever your back bend was today. Showing up, being present, allowing. Using the backs of the legs to help you rock and roll now, head to tail a few times. And come on up, legs long out in front of you. Removing any flesh again from the sits bones, sitting nice and tall. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, fold. And soften the knees if you'd like. But be real mindful again of your low back, especially if you were pushing into one of those deeper back bends. You might not need to go as far in your fold right now, right? Might be feeling some things. So being kind, compassionate to the low back here, just very aware. As you inhale, lifting up halfway. And then exhale all the way up. We're going to take our right foot, drawing it back like you're going to get into bow, but you're not. You're going to set it down beside you. If you have a pillow or something, this is a great time to use it as we come into half hero. And so my heel is just outside my glute. You can kind of see. And my knees are trying to stay together here somewhat. I'm sitting up nice and tall. If you'd like, you can kind of sink back. You could come all the way back if that was in your practice. If you feel you don't need the bolster and you want to go a little deeper into this practice today, you could take peace fingers around that left big toe and sit tall here. Again, there shouldn't be any weirdness in that knee though. Be very kind to your knees. And if you want it, and you've got nice long arms, you can even take that left arm behind, right hand holds, sit nice and tall. You're holding that left leg. We're going to gently set it down. And then everyone bringing that left foot just inside. Now, if you're on a pillow, that might be nice. If we need to release that leg, go ahead and release that leg. Sitting tall, I'm going to twist into this left thigh. So if I'm in here, I'm going here. Let your inhale pull you through the center wherever you are, and as you exhale, open it up the other way. And release. Bring the legs back out in front. Give that right knee, especially if it was in hero, some love. And pull the left leg back. Land and have a seat. And using your pillow, if that's serving you today, we can stay tall, we can go back, or if you did on one side, peace fingers around the big toe, lift. As you feel yourself open, if you want to come a little deeper, bind behind that foot, we can. If you're holding that right foot, gently set it down. If we need to come out of heroes, again, feel free to come out of heroes, sit nice and tall, twisting into that right thigh. Hand can be to your low back to engage the core, or maybe you want to use the hand behind so you can really sit tall and open through the chest. At this point in class, do what feels best in your body. Let your inhale bring you back center, and we're going to exhale, open the twist up. Coming back. Take the legs long. Give that left knee lots of love if you were in that hero's pose. And from here, we're going straight back into plow. If you don't practice plow, I would take I'll show you that. If you practice plow, you probably know how to go straight back over into plow. So you can go straight over to plow. If you want to try, you can hold your mat and just kick the legs up and over. Ideally, we're not looking around in that space. Once we come down to the floor, please look straight ahead. If that's not for you and you have a block, take a block under your sacrum and just take the legs up. And you can even kind of send them this way. So now I'm feeling this open. If you had a pillow, same idea. We're coming here eventually into shoulder stand. So if you just want to wait there for us, you can. Once you're in plow, draw the low belly in, shimmy the shoulders underneath. Maybe you can bind the hands and press the forearms down. Deep, full breath. Beginning to bring the hands to your low back for support if you're in plow. The legs are going to go up, finding your shoulder stand. Feel the energy reach up to the ceiling. So spread those toes. Try to go up. Take some weight out of the shoulder heads. Squeeze the inner thighs. Breathe. Slowly the knees begin to melt down. Your hands slide to the crease of your hip and thigh. I'm going to slowly lower the hips as my legs skim my face. If you're on a block, just remove it. Once the legs come down, dig into the forearms. Slide yourself to the crown of your head, finding fish pose. Again, if you have a pillow, you could toss it underneath your heart right now, come into a more supported variation. You could also touch the toes down. So I want to really feel myself press top of my head and my tailbone down. I'm really trying to create this arch through the back, open to the heart space. And slowly lower down. Let the arms fall open beside you. Let the legs fall long across the floor. And then just feel that prana from that inversion reverberate all the way down. Closing your eyes. You settle into this space. You can imagine a brilliant divine light, which is beyond all anxieties, all fear, all worry. A supreme light in you. Maybe begin by visualizing a bright, brilliant globe in your heart representing your divine consciousness. Or maybe you can imagine your heart containing a beautiful glowing lotus. Just begin to allow your mind to get absorbed in that thought. And so this light that once in the beginning we're imagining, becomes our reality. That light is always within you. You can visit it any time. You can begin to imagine it again at any time. You gently begin to bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. Just take your time. Really feeling each little miracle of a movement, staying fully present in this reawakening, honoring all that consciousness we just cultivated. As you're ready, maybe you'll take a big stretch reaching long overhead, or perhaps you just want to roll onto one side. Your right side is energizing, your left side symbolizes surrender. So which side is beckoning you today? Just take a couple full, deep, cleansing breaths, still feeling that beautiful sphere of light within you, that divine connection with your Creator. So I hope this class brought you a little bit of that connection today. Be kind with yourself. If in a few hours you find you've totally lost it, we are humans having spiritual experiences, right? Or we're spirits having human experiences, either or. Some days it switches. So just be kind to yourself. Know you can always come right back to it. It's always there. It'll never leave you. So as you're ready, come up to a seated position. You keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Feeling completely at peace, completely at ease, completely connected with your Creator on this super special of all days. I'm so grateful for you guys joining me this morning, or if you're catching the replay. Hope this brought you peace. I hope this brought you that connection. As you inhale, take your arms overhead into prayer. As you exhale, bring them down all the way into your heart center. Namaste, friends. Until next time, have a beautiful day.